Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. And for once, I agree with Sarah Haynes. Um, this morning, Pete Hegseth they brought in like all the military brass from all over the world um, to have this meeting where he gets up on stage and just sort of gives them a lecture, and then Trump gets up and talks at them. Um, Nonsensical bullshit. And Sarah is 100% correct. The whole thing could have been an email. Like they they're estimating $6 million. I feel like it's got to be more than that to bring um, all of these military personnel into one room, which they advertised that they were doing. So it does seem kind of stupid that we're going to put all of our military leaders in one room on this day at this time. So they'll be away from wherever their post is. They'll all be here. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. This is where we're all going to be. Like, that doesn't seem smart to signal to the entire world. Um, and then the Hegseth gets up there, and it's like he's such a scared little boy, and he wants to talk tough, and they're not going to take shit. Like, what is this? Like bringing back hazing, and yes, you can put your hands on soldiers. Well, so are you saying it's okay to be gay in the military? What's that one mean? And then he went off on this whole thing about it's not a good look to have fat soldiers or fat leaders. And then he's introducing the fattest president we've had in a century. Like, he's the commander in chief and he's the fattest one in the room. Like, what do you, that's not a great message either. And then there was a hilarious moment. And it's like, apparently they have full force or full authority to do whatever the fuck they want. It was basically a call uh, to put to give the military carte blanche to to sort of weaponize them against the citizens of this country, which is just bullshit, um, or anyone residents of the country. And there's this great moment at the end, and I don't know what happened, but he was like, and you have you go forth, you're the full force, and well, big grandiose, like, we're tough. He was like, because we're the Department of War, just a stupid name. And then he said, like, Godspeed or something. And then it was just silence, just crickets, nothing. And I thought maybe for a second, maybe they're saluting him, but he wasn't saluting. It isn't that customary that, you match salute for salute, but um, he just walked off the stage in silence. Like, I don't think anybody wanted to clap for him. Um, there's a great line that during Trump's first inauguration, that George W. Bush was sitting next to Michelle Obama, and during Trump's speech, he turned to her and said, "Well, this is some fucked up shit." And I feel like they must have been saying that to all the generals and all the military personnel in that room must have been looking at each other like, "The fuck is this?" And then Trump gets up and he's like, we're no longer woke. We don't we don't care about diversity. You can leave if you want, but then you're leaving all of your tenure behind. And it's like just basically threatening them, like, this is the new world order, and you better love it. Um, just bizarre behavior. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but between the press conference he had, I think it was yesterday with Netanyahu, um, that they announced this 20-point deal that has anybody signed it? Uh, but between that and this performance, has anybody noticed how, like, wildly low energy he is? Because that he's usually so bombastic, and he likes to he likes to put on a big show, and he's very droll, and he's not even reading. He's just talking about whatever bullshit's coming to his mind, his feeble little mind. It's very bizarre. So, you know, Maybe he's deteriorating. Anyway, um, that was weird, and I have to agree with everything that Sarah said. It was just entirely unnecessary, and really kind of stupid. And it doesn't make anybody look tough. It makes you look like a an adolescent kid who's just stomping around on stage going, I'm a big tough guy. I am. I am. You can't tell me I'm a big tough guy. Uh ugh, bullshit. And this whole idea, and of course Amy Farrah Griffin has to be like, um, they don't like to say that that our diversity is our strength. Well, okay, who who doesn't like you to say that? It's the MAGA people. It's the idiots. I don't know. You don't have to caveat to that. That pisses me off. And then she goes about how government shutdown helps nobody. But no, it doesn't. But it doesn't hurt Congress in any way whatsoever. Um, and for the Democrats to cave and say, sure, we are just going to let this go and let you rip away more healthcare funding, um, is ludicrous. Put something on the table that we can agree to. But I don't have a lot of faith that the Democratic Party is going to hold strong because Schumer and Jeffries are spineless little idiots. Um, they are not meeting the moment, and they haven't realized that once you give in a little bit, all they do is come take more. So stop giving in. And this whole idea that you want people to come and negotiate in good faith, it's not going to happen. That's not who these people are. It's so frustrating to watch them try to play politics as usual when this is not a usual political moment. And I have to, I know Joy took some flack for it today a little bit. I don't know if she did publicly, but just around the table, I think she made the women uneasy by talking about how we aren't going to last 3.5 years of this, and we aren't. I mean, our democracy is already failing. We are already in fascist authoritarian rule. Um, and I mean, the only thing that's saving us is a coalition of lawyers that are chipping away at his executive orders and getting stays of some of the worst things that he wants to do. But our democratic leaders and our media are failing us wildly. So it is depressing. And it is difficult to figure out how we're going to get out of it. And I know Whoopi would be like, it's up to us. It's up to us. Okay, but what do we do? What do we do? When they're going to send the military after us? Fucking shit, man. Fucking bullshit.